am The Elixir with HeroQuestU.com, and who are you going to be today? Now, I gotta be honest, I've been a little depressed lately. I keep looking at all the terrible things that are going on in the world, and I think, what's the point? I mean, really, what is the point? Why even get up in the morning? Or in the afternoon, depending how depressed you are. I mean, whether it be war, climate disasters, social injustice, deadly diseases, politics, poverty, or just plain violence. We seem to be surrounded by doom and gloom. A very sad story that can't possibly have a happy ending. And you keep hearing people say, what a terrible world this is. Or, I can't bring a child into this awful, awful, unrelenting, painful existence.
This sounds like a great big pussy, just waiting to get fucked on.
Wait. Does that really fit? Was that the right clip?
He betrayed me. I fed up with his world.
That's better. But the question remains, is the world really that bad a place to live in? Has the world ever been a better place? Well, we have a special guest that will help us solve this puzzling piece of opinion. Coming to us all the way from the 60s is Bongo. What's happening, my friend? Well, not much, mate. So tell me, what do you think of the state of the world? Well, it's fucking garbage, man. I mean, you've got corporations controlling everything, sucking us all dry. You've got police brutality, you've got social and racial injustices right and centre, and you've got women still being repressed to be staying at home and in the kitchen, and blacks, in most cases, can't even eat with white people. But it all doesn't fucking matter, because any time now we're going to be blown to bits by the nuclear bomb. I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. So the world is a horrible place? Yeah, that's right. Well, thank you, Bongo, for that uplifting reminder of recent history. So, it seems just 60 years ago, the world was a pretty big shit show. But let's take a look even further back in history, to the 16th century. Joining us now is my guest, Igmar the Inquisitor. So, Igmar, tell us about the state of the world.
Well, actually, my friend, it's quite a lovely place. The world is at peace because we are all under God's rule. So, if anyone disobeys God's rule or the authorities, then they are put through the due process of torture.
Yeah. And what about women?
My friend, we should not think about women as people or in a lustful manner. If you do, torture.
And what about blacks?
It doesn't matter. Blacks, browns, it's all the same. If you are not in the pale image of our Savior, then you are slaves, and you are used to fund and fuel our many hundreds of wars that will create world peace. Yeah.
So, are people happy?
Yeah, people are happy. If they aren't happy, torture. If they are happy, torture. Just not so much.
Well, thank you, Igmar, for informing us of how things used to be. And to be honest, I know a few friends that would probably love living in those times.
What a pisser.
But the question remains, is the world really that bad a place to live in? Sure, there are countless atrocities and injustices that occur on a daily basis. But when someone says, this is a terrible world we live in, or I can't bring a child into this fucked up place, it's a cliche. It always has been, and it always will be. Whether we look at 400 years ago or 60 years ago, there's no denying the progress. Okay, the 16th century is a bit of a stretch, I'll give you that. But the 60s, just a handful of decades ago, is miles apart. There has been a huge leap in racial equality, women's empowerment, one can even say fewer wars, and violence in general. Medicine, people are more educated on average, and technology, by leaps and bounds, technology has made this world smaller and more transparent. Progress is always slow, but there is no denying there is progress, and we continue to head in the right direction. Sure, there's a lot of awful things happening all the time, but they continue to make up a very small minority of the world as a whole. It's all about choice. Do you choose to see the world as a better place? Or do you choose to only focus on the bad stuff? I believe that the only way true progress happens is to believe that we will get there and act on it. And hey, if you choose to see the world as shit, then you have a condition known as cynical asshole. I'm the Elixir, and who are you going to be today?